Perception is reality. That's something that I've always heard from people closest to me. What you see is often what you believe. Now, it may not always be the case because you may often take into account the perspectives of other people, but for the most part, what you see is what you'll often believe. And, enter Sigmund Freud and Abraham Maslow, two renowned figures throughout history that are known for their very prevailing theories on psychology, and they can be applied to consumer behavior. And Sigmund Freud, he's the first in saying that we are motivated by unconscious forces. It's not just brand association. If you're a fan of Apple or Nike, there are different things that are involved, such as size, shape, and color, which will influence us a great deal. And I sat here and I was thinking to myself, wow, what have I purchased recently? And I realized that a lot of them were based on the color and the size. For me personally, I don't like having very large items inside my house. I don't like to hoard anything. So if I see too many large things, I think to myself, wait a minute. This is too big of a cluster in here. Got to start getting rid of things. And that's just me. It's very interesting that that's how I make some of my purchases. Not everything, but some of them. But obviously, I know couldn't be the only theory alone. There are different things that are involved, and some of it comes into play because of your social class, your family, and your membership groups, and also your hierarchical order, needs order. And this is where Abraham Maslow comes into play. He says that, or he stated in the past that the purchases that we make, all depends where we are in life, which I couldn't agree more with. And, it can be ranked in order of food, shelter, money, etc., in that order if you choose to do so. But, what happens if that hierarchical order doesn't necessarily apply to you? Social class, family, and membership groups also play a huge factor in Maslow's theory. Your day-to-day interactions with family member and membership groups will, in some ways, affect your motivation and your financial flexibility. Apologies. The psychology of marketing is circumstantial, but having clusters of people living similar lifestyles and exposed to the same type of information makes for an opportunity to target these groups via different channels and that apply them to their respective cluster. I would say, as a marketer, don't take a one-size-fits-all approach. Obviously, you can see how Sigmund Freud has his theory, and I can apply that theory to myself. But at the same time, I can also add Abraham Maslow's theory. With Sigmund Freud, I reiterate that, I make certain purchases based on shapes and sizes because I don't like, just things all cluttered here in my house. But then at the same time, I can use Abraham Maslow because a lot of the things that I do purchase are based on need. I'm not really an impulsive buyer. So, it's all about what I may need at the moment. It can be that, I recently purchased couches. Why? Because my couch broke and I needed a new couch. So, that was in my hierarchical order. So, definitely take the time to analyze what it is that's influenced you to make your purchase decisions, and I feel that when you take the time to do so, you'll be more in control of the decisions that you make day to day.